Welcome to Kaywon Action Star. Watch. The movie begins with Victor, an elite contract killer, is en route to a meeting with a powerful crime boss named Javier. Unlike typical assassins, Victor only accepts assignments from top-tier clients and charges a steep premium for his expertise. This time, his employer is Javier, a major player in the criminal underworld, who hires Victor to eliminate a competitor within 7 days, offering a $1 million bounty. But Victor dismisses the proposal, stating his usual fee for such a task is $3 million. He then unveils a shocking twist. The intended victim had already contacted him with a significantly larger offer to eliminate Javier instead. Still, Victor, adhering to his strict code of honor, rejected the rival's proposal since Javier reached out first. This revelation rattles Javier's crew, who nervously keep their weapons aimed at Victor. Irritated by their posture, Victor swiftly dispatches them, showcasing his lethal prowess. Surprisingly unfazed, Javier remains calm, recognizing Victor's worth and consents to the $3 million deal. But Victor, still displeased by their earlier conduct, raises the price to $3.5 million. Javier agrees, and Victor departs. Meanwhile, a darker aspect of Javier's operations emerges. He's deeply involved in a human trafficking network. Among the victims is a young woman named Sarah, imprisoned for years. Desperate to escape, she sees Victor as her last hope and, taking a bold risk, slips into his vehicle just before he leaves, brandishing a firearm and demanding he take her with him. As pressure mounts, Sarah recounts her harrowing backstory experience. She explained that she was abducted as a teenager and forced into captivity under Javier's control. Aware of Victor's fearsome reputation, she cautions him that Javier has no plan to compensate him and is plotting to kill him instead. Her words briefly give Victor pause, but when she relaxes her guard, he knocks her out cold. Back at Javier's estate, his younger sister, Isadora, realizes Sarah has vanished. Believing she escaped with Victor, Isadora assembles an armed squad to retrieve them. At dawn, Sarah regains consciousness tied to a chair in a rundown motel bathroom, with Victor keeping vigil. He releases her and warns against causing trouble, but their whereabouts are soon exposed as Isadora and her brother's henchmen arrive, demanding Sarah's return. Victor stays composed, offering a peaceful dialogue. When Isadora declines and tries to seize Sarah by force, Victor decisively eliminates the crew as retribution for their aggression. Declaring the contract with Javier void, Victor ignores Isadora's attempts to renegotiate, even when she offers other captives in Sarah's place. Her flippant remark about Sarah being Javier's favorite infuriates Victor, who shoots Isadora in the leg before sending her limping back to her brother. Shamed and enraged, Isadora reports the confrontation to Javier, who then hatches a plan to lure Victor back by torturing one of Sarah's closest companions still in his custody. Victor and Sarah press on, eventually stopping at a quiet roadside eatery to grab a meal. While eating, Victor asks why Javier is so obsessed with her. Sarah reveals that her stunning looks made her a prized possession in Javier's eyes. As she excuses herself to the restroom, 2 goons enter, dispatched to abduct her. Before they act, Victor neutralizes them with brutal efficiency, leaving their corpses behind. Not wanting the cafe owner to face consequences, Victor hands over his luxury car as compensation and leaves. That night, they take shelter in Victor's lavish home. As Victor checks his laptop, a disturbing video from Javier plays, showing him brutalizing Sarah's best friend. Victor tries to shield her from the footage, but she insists on watching. Devastated by guilt, she pleads with Victor to return her to Javier in exchange for her friend's release. Hesitantly, Victor agrees and brokers a deal, Sarah in return for 2 other prisoners, including her battered friend. Before leaving, he takes Sarah to meet his trusted partner, Nicholas, a fellow assassin. The two have collaborated on numerous missions, and Victor asks Nicholas to assist at the meeting spot. However, upon arrival, Javier is absent, leaving Isadora to lead the trade. This further irritates Victor, interpreting it as continued disrespect. As the swap is about to commence, Victor abruptly refuses to hand Sarah over. A fierce gunfight erupts, with Victor and Nicholas exterminating Javier's men. Amid the chaos, Sarah's friend is wounded, but Nicholas ensures she's safely reunited with her loved ones. With the enemy force decimated, Victor and Sarah escape to Romania, seeking refuge from Javier's vengeance. Enraged by Isadora's demise, Javier vows to hunt them down, no matter the cost. Once in Romania, Victor and Sarah seek sanctuary with Samantha, a longtime ally and loyal confidant. She welcomes them into her residence, fully aware of the peril Javier presents. Worried for Sarah's well-being, Victor arms her and instructs her to stay with Samantha while he returns to Mexico to eliminate Javier once and for all. Just as he's about to board his flight, alarming intelligence reaches him. Javier's men have already discovered their location. Abandoning his plan, Victor rushes back to Samantha's home. Meanwhile, Sarah, trying to understand everything, confides in Samantha and learns about Victor's history. Samantha discloses that both Victor and Nicholas were orphans raised by a clergyman who secretly managed an assassin guild. Their upbringing forged them into two of the deadliest killers alive. Their conversation is cut short by a sudden knock. Sensing danger, Samantha quickly conceals Sarah in a hidden room. Javier's men break in, shoot Samantha, and demand Sarah's location. Bravely, Samantha lies, claiming Sarah fled with Victor earlier. Javier, cold and suspicious, tortures her for answers before shooting again. Witnessing this horror via a concealed camera, Sarah battles with herself. Should she remain hidden or sacrifice herself to spare Samantha? Unable to endure it, she steps out and surrenders. But before they can react, Victor storms in, eliminating each intruder with ruthless accuracy. Amid the chaos, Sarah uses the weapon Victor had given her to kill Javier. Tragically, Samantha succumbs to her wounds, leaving Sarah heartbroken. Following Javier's demise, Victor and Sarah journey to a church where Nicholas awaits. The site holds emotional weight. It's where Victor and Nicholas were raised under the priest's guardianship. But the reunion is anything but joyful. Victor accuses Nicholas of treachery, believing he disclosed their location to Javier. Nicholas vehemently denies the charge, swearing on their brotherhood. Tensions escalate, and Victor nearly fires, but Sarah intervenes just in time. That's when Victor notices a tiny tracking device implanted in Sarah's neck without her knowledge. Realizing his misjudgment, he apologizes to Nicholas, and the trio moves forward. That evening, Victor has a candid conversation with Sarah, offering her a new life, financial freedom, and a chance to escape the bloodshed. But Sarah is resolute. She wants to stay with him, fully accepting the perilous path ahead. Moved by her determination, Victor agrees to train her. 2 years later, Sarah has shed her former fear and fully embraced her role as a seasoned assassin. During a mission targeting a high-value individual, she unexpectedly encounters Victor. It turns out they've both been contracted by the same client. Their meeting is tense and bittersweet, a stark reminder of the lives they've led and the choices that brought them to this point. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more beautiful recaps like this. Put down your comments below to let me know what you think about the turn of events in this storyline. And also give my video a thumbs up to further motivate me. Share too for others to enjoy. Until my next recap, cheers!